Can your bird get coronavirus? This is a question that I've been getting from a lot of different bird owners and parrot owners with this COVID-19 coronavirus that's been going around. It's all over the news, all over the media. Schools are being canceled in terms of students coming in. Restaurants are closing depending on what city you're at, and even some cities, it's a total lockdown. So I get the question and I get where it's coming from. Bird owners just want to make sure that their, feathery friends are safe and that they're not maybe exposing them and getting them sick potentially, right? So the answer to that question, can your bird get coronavirus? Theoretically, yes. So if we look at, how coronavirus started spreading, it actually mutated. The virus itself changed, and it used to be in bats, and people were, interacting and consuming bats in, certain parts of China. And that consistent interaction gave that virus the ability to mutate and go from infecting bats to bats, then from bats to humans, into a version that can infect humans to humans. So theoretically, yes, your bird can get coronavirus, but the reality is that happening is rare. And just like it's rare for a virus from an animal to transfer over to humans, it's also going to be rare for the human version of this coronavirus, especially if someone's infected, to transfer to your bird successfully, because what ends up happening is birds and humans need to be, sick humans and birds have to be interacting for an extended period of time for that pathogen, the virus, to have the ability to transfer over and infect a bird, right? And if you think about it, there's been many instances in history where we have gotten viruses and diseases from animals. If you look at the Spanish flu of 1918, I believe that was influenza, and that came from birds. So the thought process was that, soldiers during World War I were, or where it started was, some farm in Kansas where, the owners of the farm were interacting with chickens, I believe, and then they got infected, and then somehow it went into the camps where the soldiers were, and then from there, the soldiers traveling all across the world started infecting, and this, influenza virus spread all over the world and killed millions of people. So with that being said, the reality is the chances of your bird becoming infected with coronavirus are going to be slim. First of all, you would have to be, infected yourself, be a carrier or be sick, handle your bird multiple times, and then in that one instance, potentially that, virus would transfer over to your bird. But the reality is, when you look at diseases that happened before and viruses like H1N1, where it went from pigs to humans, it was coming from a lot of these farms where there's, thousands and thousands of pigs being, farmed and raised, and then that disease has the ability to jump over. But, if you are sick with any type of flu, regardless of if it's the coronavirus or not, you just want to make sure that you let somebody else handle your bird and not really interact with it too much, because, at the end of the day, there isn't an absolute zero possibility that you can get your bird sick. The chances are low, but there's still a chance, right? So you want to avoid interacting with your bird, touching your bird, have someone else take care of your bird while you're sick, have someone else handle them, feed them, and just make sure that you're washing your hands on a consistent basis. That's one of the protective measures that you can take when you're sick, to make sure that your bird doesn't also get sick. And birds, they tend to have a pretty strong immune system, but when they get sick, they get sick. So birds tend to be pretty resilient, pretty tough, creatures, but when they get sick, you can tell they get really sick. They go from 0 to 60 super fast, right? 0 to 100 super fast. So, don't worry too much about your bird getting sick from coronavirus. Make sure that you are washing your hands, like I mentioned before. Make sure that you are minimizing interactions with your bird if you're sick at all. And, just a quick update here to answer any of your questions or concerns that you might have with regard to this pandemic, coronavirus, all the news and stuff that's spreading. I thought I might address it, here in the video, because I'm getting a lot of questions from other bird owners and parrot owners regarding this topic. So just a quick update, stay safe, and this is all going to blow over soon before you know it, and we're going to go back to our normal lives with our lovely feathery friends. This is Alan here, Cortez, and I will see you in the next one.